Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 13, Week 2. Today we got Randy.
Yes, hello.
We got Ocelot. We got two teams here. One of them is the GGs. What's the other, Ocelot?
Well, I had to make a guess.
10
Notice
seconds remaining.
in the middle.
5 seconds remaining.
DaBush.
Oh, wow.
DaBush did 9-11.
A good team name.
Radiant team back.
Whose captain is not here today.
Dire team back.
Yeah, it's true.
That's okay.
Manoy's not here.
That seems like a bit of a problem, actually.
Replaced by Trash Boat. He's
Yeah.
good.
If there is a substitute for Manoy, it is probably Trash Boat. Kunkka and Brewmaster, first to fall. Looking firmly at old London
10
there.
seconds remaining.
I think Conk is. I don't know if he's a brew mid picker or something.
Yeah.
5 seconds
I don't know who's got Brewmaster, I guess, in fairness. Last week, we didn't have the captain of the team. We didn't have, Oh, geez, whose team is this? I think this is Meth?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm still not really sure we have him because we've got Vitruvius here instead. Homeboy seriously become a captain and then miss 2 goddamn weeks? Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
That better be it.
Colby is the captain.
Radiant team.
that's what we in the biz call a no-call, no-show, twice in a row. And that usually means you're fired. Bane first pick. Okay.
Baneful visions upon him. Also knocking out Jakiro and Sand King on the other side of the affair, which is, I mean...
That feels deliberate.
Yeah. I mean, just
I have
2
to
heroes
ask,
you're gonna
though,
see everywhere this patch, so...
10
Yeah,
seconds
I have to ask though, like with Bane, is it really that safe of a first pick considering that his only real utility is setting up stuns or skills for other heroes? And you know my opinion of hero picks, it's entirely around the idea of setting up other people's abilities.
We got Death
It makes
Bumper.
you very uniquely vulnerable.
Bane first pick... It's a soft ban, isn't it? Because, like, for starters, you can't pick the magic immunity guys if Bane's on the field. You can't pick Jug. You can't pick Lifestealer. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen.
Nope.
5
Can't
seconds.
Yeah,
really do
Bane-
anyone who's channeled.
Bane just holds him down while your team just kicks their asses, yeah.
Yeah, I think Bane's okay as a first pick. Like, if it was Fiend's Grip alone, then it probably wouldn't be great, but, you know, hopefully, on DaBush did 9-11, we're picking Bane for more than literally just the Fiend's Grip. I mean,
Yeah.
that Q is nasty business, that E is nasty business, and that's one guy who doesn't want to see that,
Early Monkey King.
either of those.
Alright. That's probably a pause for Monkey King then.
Yep.
If I had to guess.
Gonna
There
take
are
you
2
back to the
supports.
past.
Honestly, Bane both counters and is countered by Monkey King in a weird way.
It's definitely a who fired first
Like,
type
as
scenario.
was,
Yes, it's the classic 2 snipers on 2 forward battlement situation. Whoever scopes first is usually one to die first.
Radiant team back.
Because he misses.
Mirana.
Mirana!
Not exactly. Because the other sniper doesn't scope, it gives him time to actually duck around and react to his shot and try to make him miss. It's more a matter of baiting your opponent's attention out towards either you or something else and wait for the chance to strike.
It's the
The
2-4
Hollywood
battle.
Monarch plus-
If it's the 2-4 battlements, the sniper is probably going to miss.
yeah.
If you were a good sniper, you wouldn't be on the 2-4 battlements.
I don't know,
Juggernaut.
man. These days, in general casual queue, it's not a lot of snipers missing if you catch my drift.
Yeah, that's true. I
But yeah,
am
Bane Mirana, the classic. I like to call this training wheels Mirana. No offense.
Damn.
Look, man, if you're gonna have a hero on your team that holds an enemy still for like 5+ seconds, that's just screaming.
I think it's fine. It's fine. It's like, whatever.
Then
I
again,
know.
at least it's not as bad as like.
It's
Atos
more of like a
Plunge.
moral complaint than it is like a tactical complaint, because it's
Yeah.
very... It's like good. It's super good, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not
That's
saying it
narrow.
isn't. It's just not very.
We will make
impressive.
fun of you. By the way, I am the Juggernaut. I probably shouldn't have been banned this game.
Yeah.
Bane is too much of an effective
Yeah.
counter to me. In every way, I exist, basically. So,
Says it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly,
Wizards on pause 1 again. It's the only
I'd like-
hero he's played, so.
I'd like to put it this way: if you hit a home run, that's my dog being angry. Shoutouts to my dog, Addie. Can you shut up, please?
Addy roll.
Yeah, but how do I put this? Marana Bane is somewhat in the same league as like Pudge with Atos, where everyone's gonna be real impressed if you hit a home run, right? But not so much if it's on a T-ball. I mean, it's still tactically valid, just
I don't know.
nothing
I
compares to
think
actually nailing that of your own merit.
I think I would be impressed by like a home run off of a T-ball, because you know it's like, have you seen a T-ball tee? They're pretty low to the ground.
This means you have to actually get that swinging at the right angle. It's less, then again, depending on... Wait, what are you saying? You're like gigantic. You're a tall-ass dude. Of course
I
it's
know.
gonna be low
I
to the ground
couldn't.
for you.
I couldn't. Well, I mean, it's like they size tees for kids. They're gonna be hanging at like 4 feet out of the ground, maybe, probably 3.5.
10 seconds remaining.
Shout outs to the manlets in there.
Yeah.
Probably there's one manlet in here.
Seconds
Like
remaining.
Monkey King, yeah.
Yeah. Damn, Monkey King. Ouch.
You know, that's funny, actually. I got, like, 2 people I know who are Monkey King mains, and they are actually, like, just a couple inches over 4 feet, and they're, like, 30.
We also got Ember Spirit, Ben from this game.
Radiant team.
Yeah, you don't want to see Ember when you're playing things like... Dragonite? Really?
Alright.
No Viper
DK
Man.
mid. Everyone's
Yeah,
favorite.
no Viper ban, but more importantly, do you really want to pick DK versus Marana and Bane? Do you
Yeah.
really want to do that?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's a little. That's
I mean,
a little,
Your right-click power is going to be almost non-existent if Bane's involved. He's going to sit there, he's going to brain sap your, well, brain out. You're going to have, like, a concave, like, raisin for a head by the end of the fight.
This has got to be a preemptive counterpick to whatever the mid is. I don't know if Wizard drops like the casual Dragon Knight like that so easily. I mean, if I'm Vex right now, I am salivating. You know, Trashboat doesn't want to play Viper, okay, but he can. I've seen him play Viper. He's all right as Viper. This is the time to run it.
You know what would honestly really justify the Dragon Knight pick, actually, is if they... Yep, there's the Viper. Rip.
Okay, yep.
Well,
There you
DK's
go.
effectively out of this game, if you ask me. But
Yeah, the Bane plus the Viper. If he matters at all, he is so easy to deal with.
He's gonna hold him still. He's gonna give him like the world's worst swirly.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh man, that is unfortunate. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, man, but whoever's picking this DK, you are not gonna have a fun game.
No, this is going to be like the worst. This is the DK nightmare. This is as
You
bad
have
as it
to
gets.
sweat your brains out to make it out of this one in one piece, dude. Oh man, well, I lost my train of thought in that Viper pick. That is just such a fell omen.
You know, the worst part is, it's also not something DP really wants to see, and if Monkey King's a support, Monkey King's going to be gone sooner than later. I mean, you do not, if you're Monkey King support, worst thing in the world is the break juice.
Yeah, that is very true, and DOTs make your ability to move in the trees very non-existent. Oh no, yeah, DK's gone. DK is gone.
It's the worst day in DK's life.
Hell, these guys also counter Monkey King too, just yikes.
Vex is putting together a mean one today.
I got one problem here though. All of these heroes kind of need like minimum required amounts of farm towards endgame. Like Bane's gonna need like an Aether Lens and a Blink or a Force Staff at least. Marana's gonna want, I don't know, something like a maybe a Blink or Force Staff herself and a couple of other like minor carry items. Viper just builds anything, honestly. His abilities are enough, and then there's just Slaughter, whose R is just delete Dragon Knight from the game.
Delete Dragon Knight. For that matter, delete these other two guys as well. It's
Yeah,
easy to
Monkey
forget with
King-
Death Prophet. It's easy to forget.
Monkey King's ult actually counteracts the armor reduction from Slaughter, I believe, because I think his ult actually grants a ton of it per rank.
It's true. The thing with the ult, though, is that you're not always going to be in it. If we get those Force Staffs up, like you said, Monkey King is most certainly
Yeah.
not going to be in it. And hey, another good Force Staff builder / Hurricane Pike builder, Mr. Viper. It's one more guy pushing Monkey King out of the arena.
You know, well, while we're still in the early game, I'd like to cast a bit of attention to this. Okay, that's a good pick, actually, because these are a bunch of people who like to just sort of like march into a fight, except maybe Mirana. Slardar kind of builds Blink, but these are all people who need their legs to get around, primarily.
Well, Viper doesn't have legs. Neither does Slardar.
No, if you look close, he actually has like really tiny, itty bitty, like little caterpillar legs underneath him. You see that?
I guess that's true, yeah, but Slardar still don't. He just has like he's just a big slug fella.
No, he's got like two little little pinky toe sized little nubs that he just walks around. It's like really slow. It's like Mr. Krabs' walking sound.
No, what's actually going on is like, okay, so like right around his belt line, that's actually where Slardar's body like cuts off. Just below there, he's got two little dinky legs, and the slug body is moved by like a little unicycle inside.
Might be a Deuce lineup.
5 seconds.
I would not want to pick Deuce on either of these teams because of what's already been picked personally.
I'm thinking
That's
Deuce
gonna be
already.
way too much fighting for farm and for just contesting over general, like, gold in the XP.
Yeah,
I
I
think
can.
nobody on Radiant so
Because
far is
Mirana, if she's
that
worth
greedy.
anything, I don't know, if Mirana's worth anything, she's gonna be, like, constantly arrowing the big creeps in camp, so that's gonna really hinder anyone else's farm. Bane's gonna be stacking, ideally, but getting his harass in whenever he has to dip back into lane. Viper could be basically anywhere. Slardar, most likely an off lane, but I've seen Slardar's mid for some time, but not commonly.
I will agree. I don't know.
Slardar?
I don't know if the Medusa fits that well here. I mean, really the only thing that works in Medusa's favor so far is when Slardar gets that AoE, like, ult thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be okay. But until then, she really kind of sticks out here. There's some people in that lineup that Medusa does not want any part of. Namely,
If there's
Death
anyone
Prophet.
on, yeah, if
The
there's
bans and the fact that they picked like a relatively not greedy team kind of point to it.
Yeah,
Especially the last
there's
three
an
bans.
anti-mage, yeah, the anti-mage and PL ban over on their team really spells Medusa, or just maybe something like OD even. I feel like OD could actually work with their setup because they already have Mirana, they've already got Slardar and Viper. They could very much make it a trap someone in place and just kick their ass kind of team.
5 seconds
Right.
remaining.
Looking at an
And
early
OD
game with a
can-
one Slardar.
Yeah, exactly. They could definitely pull that off. I mean, Medusa's always a solid pick on a team that's got the ability to hold their opponents down, but they don't really have the ability to keep the rest of the enemy team actually around Medusa, which is what she needs.
Right.
I think they go for it.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna
If
need
not
to. If
Medusa-
if we get Medusa, she's gonna have to rush the hell out of Ags this game. That much is certain. And here we are.
Yep, there is dude.
I don't know if I like it, to be honest with you. I don't know if I like
I
it.
don't. I would have, well, unfortunately Storm is banned, and I would have said that would have been a much better pick. I think they should have just eschewed the Storm ban and just gone for it themselves, because having someone held down while Mirana and Slardar are beating on them, even Viper too, and then Storm Spear just flies in and snakes it, that just sounds hilarious.
Right.
And
And hey,
it's just one person guaranteed dies.
we get some rare one Slardar action.
Oh, running out of reserve. Oh, there we go.
Drow Ranger.
Drow?
That is-
Actually,
Luck is a classic.
that might be able to buy out DK out of his hole right now.
Yeah, Drow Ranger really looks strong in this game, I think. It's just... Viper hates seeing Drow, wants nothing to do with Drow, can't lane that well against her, can't do much about her late in the game, or even that much in the mid game. I've always
Oh, yeah,
said it.
breaks, so there's,
I gotta be honest with you.
Good luck
I
getting it out.
really, yeah, I really think that in terms of just upward potential, I feel like Drow is a bit untapped in a lot of comps.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't really like anything on the the not GGs. I don't really like anything on the lineup that much. The Buck is okay, and the DP is
Puck has
obviously
always been a solid pick.
the
more or less.
DP5 right now is like so close to broken you could pretty much justify it in every game, but like doesn't fit that well into the rest of the comp. But like the Drow Ranger single-handedly could win this game. And on the other hand, I really like everything else about this DaBush to 911 lineup, except the Medusa. I just don't know, like, A, she does not have a great time against Drow. She really needs like 4 people to be point guarding, and B, just
I will say that GG's has a lot more consistent CC. They've got 3 forms of silence, 2 or 3 different stuns that are at least like what 3 seconds long at minimum.
right. It's
And
gonna
they
be
also have 3 heroes who are super good at tower damage.
Good at
Doing
tower
quick
damage,
early
and
tower damage up.
yeah, between Monkey King, DK, and Drow, their right-click potential is really high, whereas the only real risks on this team are realistically Medusa, kind of Viper, and Slaughter.
Another thing to consider as well when you're considering the Medusa, where Medusa factors in this lineup is all those abilities that are great at Eaton Towers, they're also fantastic at poking holes in that mana shield. Between the silences and the ghosts that can just eat through it, it's going to be a very tough game for Medusa. I don't think it's impossible, per se. I don't think this is like a guaranteed loss. I
Yeah.
think,
You know,
but I think it turned this from, you know, the GGs are losing this in draft to there's like a good equal chance here. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah.
Made this a
Quick,
more- yeah.
hot question for you, actually, about Drow and Medusa. What is your opinion on an early diff blade for Medusa being made more vulnerable in the early mid section of the game as atomization?
Buying it on Draw Ranger?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Hmm.
I guess they
Yeah.
could. I
The
don't like
agility
it,
is always
but-
present, and the int is actually kind of nice, considering Drow gets like what, a handful of frost arrows, maybe a split shot and a silence, and that's about it.
The mutual jungle invasion going on here. I love to see that.
More
Yeah, definitely.
importantly-
Unfortunately,
this
they
is what Buck does. He loves to be active at all parts of the game.
if they hadn't just nerfed Diffblade, I think I'd definitely be all about
Wait, that
it.
happened again? You're
No,
kidding me.
no, not like literally just now. I mean, with the last major patch, they nerfed Diffblade
No.
pretty considerably, which really
Does it
hurt a
still
lot of guys.
count as purge, or is it a just down to a slow now?
Oh, it's not been purged in a long time.
Damn, seriously, man.
Yeah,
That's what I get for just being behind on things. I mean, who would expect of all things Diff Blade to get nerfed? I'm guessing it's because of PL, honestly.
I think a big part of it actually was they were trying to nerf out preemptively nerf out Naga because they were buffing the hell out of her in that patch.
Yeah, potentially.
It's a really roundabout way of getting Naga
Yeah.
knocked down.
Well, just remember that
Well,
they
that's what
also
do.
they
They
also
nerf
blew
Orchid to nerf Co-op. They remove Necro to nerf Lycan. That's what they do.
right.
Honestly, this just seems like...
I wish they wouldn't do that,
Way
but
too
that is what
roundabout,
they
yeah.
do. Yeah. All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite Hollywood buddy.
This is looking kind of bad.
Jesus.
Spirit Siphon isn't long enough to get that kill.
Ooh,
Isn't
man.
long
Good
enough,
thing they ate
but-
that tango.
Gets her out there. It's going to be a long time before we see Hollywood coming back. So it's time for the roll call on DaBush did 9/11. The namesake himself, DaBush, playing pause 1, that Medusa. Pause 2, we've got the Trash Boat standing in for Captain Manoy. By the way, if you want some mid-coach and Trash Boat's the guy to go to. Pause 3, Vex, currently standing in as captain on the Slardar. Pause 4, you've got Mr. Hollywood on that Marana. And pause 5, you got Pohohoro on Bane. Meanwhile, on the 5G towers, or whatever their name is, I wish you guys
On the
would...
GGs.
Yeah, I wish you guys would actually make your team name already, for God's sake. But, pause 1, we've got Silmarin, everybody's favorite guy on Drow Ranger. Pause 2, you've got London on the Puck. Pause 3, we've got Vitruvius on the Dragon Knight. Pause 4, we've got Tennyson, also known as Heatwave, on the Monkey King. And pause 5, we've got Wizard, who is currently captaining this team, on the Death Prophet. And
At least he gets to
Vitruvius,
play his position this time.
Vitruvius could hypothetically be Meph. I don't know.
Obi, not Meth.
Oh, it's Obi? It's the Obi team? Okay. Vitruvius could hypothetically be Obi. I don't know. Yeah, it is, because I queued with him the other day and I yelled at him for Snake and Wizard.
Nice.
You know, I believe we were talking about this last we recorded, but gotta say, like, Witch Doctor, yeah? Just a hero that can't really do a whole lot these days because his ult just requires him to stand still for so long, whereas, how is it that Bane gets away with it so much better?
Because Bane's ult is a disable. And he
Yeah.
can also disable someone else before he uses it, because it's two
That is
free
true.
disables immediately, whereas Witch
Yeah.
Doctor gets
Well,
one
technically speaking,
unreliable disable. That's
well,
it.
Well, technically speaking, it's one really, really reliable disable if it's just two people standing next to each other
Well,
in
sure.
relatively close proximity. The only problem is every other factor of positioning between... That's a good stun.
Oh, Sumerian.
Yeah,
Is this going to be able to kill Drow?
Yep,
It
this
is.
is it. Goodbye,
Okay.
Drow Ranger. First blood to Mr.
Ooh,
Hollywood.
Murata
but
is not paying attention to their... Oh!
They just salved with like 2 HP left and died of an auto attack coming in. That's very sad.
Spirit Siphon's really nasty. I think they're happy with that anyway.
Right,
'Cause
yeah.
They kill the core and lose the support. It's like, whatever.
And I keep forgetting Slardar's got like 7 base armor.
Anyway, I tell you what the real deal is, because Bane's, not only is Bane's thing a disable, it's a disable that goes through BKB, which right now is, like, worth its weight in 10 times gold.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, trying to get some revenge on the Slardar
Spirit
here.
Siphon. I
Man,
think it's a
guess-
level 2 Siphon and it does that much damage. Ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, I said this last recording session. I would not be surprised if Death Prophet gets herself a nerf by, you know, the end of this season. Because, boy, it's getting bad and everybody's starting to realize it, I think. The word is getting out.
Yeah, I don't know who invented it. Whatever random pro player it was, but whoever it was. Good job. You brought this curse upon us.
Yeah, why did you do that? You should have just left it a secret. So just like A and Disruptor were for like 6 years, nobody thought they were any good, and they were actually secretly ludicrous.
Yeah. Anyway, on the topic of last hits presently, that we were just about to crest the 5-minute mark, Trash Boat pulling the lead pretty significant with London a good bit behind, but definitely looking to make his way back to spawn here.
Yep.
Oh,
And
Doesn't
it's a
have-
refill.
yeah.
Yeah, that's basically
No.
with London it being forced throughout here. It's basically going to give Trash Boat like a pretty defined W here at mid. It's going to let him start to pull away more and more XP wise and deny wise. Or not deny wise, last hit wise. It's the opposite of
Has
denies.
been killed.
No.
Well, that's just unfortunate.
Why was the courier coming this way? That's annoying.
Sometimes when the
Sumerians
Great Wave
by
pulls
pain.
back, the pathing AI doesn't really update until it reaches that point. It's a bit annoying.
Marin is sponsored by Pain. Arrow is sponsored by Hitting Drow Ranger. Oh man!
He is sponsored by a lot of pain right now, I'll tell you
Yeah.
Is that a max Starstorm?
that. Oh,
No, that's a
God,
level
what
1
is that
Starstorm.
do?
Jeez, that must have been the double hit.
Siphon.
That or they're just that squishy. What do they have for items?
Oh, Drow got? She's got this. Ooh, oh! Oh my god, that was about to be the arrow of a life.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Yeah, felt the breeze on that one, guaranteed.
Yeah, Wizard sitting there, new change of pants. Yo, what's this funny combat music? Monkey
He's got
King.
this nice veneer of cold sweat in the back of his neck.
Heatwave ran mid to try to pull something off.
Yep.
Ooh,
Tunnelson.
Viper's gonna be in trouble here.
Oh.
Hollywood
Yep.
might have it.
Ooh. Oof. It's
Yeah,
not
there we
Hollywood, it's
go.
Trash Boat.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Even though London did go, not London, Tennyson. Who is anybody? Tennyson went down. Monkey King went down, but London ends up getting a kill for himself there, which is very, very good. Exactly what he needed at that point.
Ooh, missed a kill top just now.
Finally
You see-
got a wizard.
This was what I was talking about in another game we had recently. Some team comps just have pick potential that's so lethally quick that you can literally blink and miss it.
Right.
Slardar and Moran are definitely one such combo.
Yeah, this is a hard lane to exist in for these two top. One thing about DP, and this is something I was saying during pick phase that I did kind of lose track on. It's easy to forget this about DP, because usually when you're facing DP, you're fighting her in the midst of a cloud of ghosts, and when it's over, she heals back to full. But if you're not fighting her in that cloud of ghosts, DP is actually pretty fragile. She really
Yeah,
relies
in
on...
phase, yeah.
Really relies on a lot of spirit siphons to stay alive, basically. And if she can't do that for one reason or another, like this team has so many to give, she is in a much weaker position.
I think DP is the most. I think it's the support where XP matters the most. Because, like, if you're a DP and your opponents get 6 before you, you're probably gonna lose the lane. But if you get 6 before your opponents, you're probably gonna win the lane pretty easily.
Oh. Looks like we just missed support jump in the jungle here.
You know, I was gonna mention, by the way, considering how much Mirana and Sarda are pushing in top, I'm surprised that someone from bottom hasn't rotated top to make a gank effort.
Yeah, this would
Speaking of-
definitely be a good time. Especially considering, you know, bot's not going that great. Monkey King is spending a lot of his time out of the wave anyway. You know, might as well.
Bottle delivery.
Yep, might as
Yeah,
well.
Medusa's getting a scary amount of farm with bot lane, actually. She's been pretty uncontested.
Well, I
think
mean,
she's
yeah,
got
Dragonite.
yeah, she's got her power treads already in a circlet. I think she's got what, maybe another set of items on the way on her courier right now.
Right now, coming in on her courier, that's big.
Part of a Dragonlance.
Yep, just part of a Dragonlance there. Getting pretty close to the Ogre Claw.
He's already halfway to it. She's already halfway done completing the Dragonlance. That's a bit
Trustful.
scary.
Wizard might be...
Ooh,
Oh,
here's
just...
Okay.
Oh,
Poor
oh,
Monkey
no.
King! Poor Monkey King, bro! Oh
They
my
get smarter
god.
for it.
Okay, Hollywood.
Yep.
I see you.
Oh no, Mirana's next.
Dies instantly. It's hard to
Yeesh.
tell exactly where all that damage was coming from in those fights. One thing you
I
definitely
think
noticed
it didn't
there.
help that there were creeps in that fight, just sort of slapping people left and right.
Right.
Yeah, complicating matters.
Looks like it's pretty much Puck. Guess
Yeah,
that,
it makes sense. He's not exactly like that far behind. Like
Right.
Viper's got right clicks in spades, but Puck has just not died. I don't believe.
Well, she might be about to. Got an arrow.
Yeah, this is super dangerous.
Ooh, Puck. Oh,
Let's it go!
She saw it.
Oh, alright.
How? Where's the ward that would have shown that?
Mirana doesn't care. Come on for it anyway.
I
That
think
is
he's.
strange.
I think he had just like fringe view, and you might have just been waiting for it.
Maybe, yeah. London
Saw the arrow
reported for
admitted.
I'll
cheating.
tell you that I'll tell you that I've seen Puck players even in like low tier casual games that are really, really jumpy on that.
Right. Just quick on the trigger
Like-
finger. London no stranger to Puck.
Not to
No.
mention it's less the immediate reaction where you can just hit it and stay in the bubble for a couple seconds and just dodge a lot of spells entirely.
One thing I was going to say before we had that little scuffle kerfuffle there is, speaking of supports that really need their XP, notably Bane is far, far later to level 6 than DP is, even though I
Bane
would
is-
say,
The support that I'd say should definitely get 6 before the 10-minute mark if at all possible.
arguably has pretty much as much to gain at level 6 as DP does. You know, DP does get a free kill on a tower. Bane, rather, not necessarily Pohohoro, gets a free kill on a core, so that's pretty good too.
Ooh.
All Tennyson is doing so far this game is just kind of going out and getting snaked, it feels like.
Running into
Ooh.
the enemy jungle and dying.
DP's getting aggressive. She's got. Is that a double damage? No. Clarity. Oh, not good.
Dragonite coming in.
DK picking
London's
a really
also here.
good fight right here because he's already blown his ult on DP.
Yep. The ult is gone, the Viper just chain stun there, could not react at all.
Hollywood
Good,
dodges
good
everything.
reaction from Mirana.
I like the creeps
That
breaking
might not
Puck.
be enough.
He's
Yep.
gonna die, but he's gonna kind of divert the attention from his cores.
Yeah, waste a lot of time in that process. Let's take
A
a
lot
look
of
at that
boots getting
network score.
upgraded.
Where did this money on Dragonite come from? Must have been the just
Radiant structures are fortified.
it must have been that.
Definitely, I think it's assists actually if you check the kill feed.
Yeah.
One. It's probably just, I don't know, just existing for long enough, I suppose.
He's seems to
The
be getting
last
good
hits
last hits. Yeah.
Look at the last hit chart, he's doing okay, but he's like first place? Well, second place now for that many last hits. Must have been getting some
Might
big
be
ass
that
kills.
he's- It might be
Pretty
that Viper
close.
wasn't applying enough pressure to him. Period.
Well, Viper wasn't landing against him.
Yeah, that's probably the issue.
Still, the fact that number one is the last guy that Dragonite ever wants to see. If I'm Radiant, I'm not sweating it that much. I don't think. Bane has hit level 6. Fiend's Grip is at the ready here. A lot of interesting, funny things you can do with a Fiend's Grip in these fights, I think.
Fiend's Grip is a spell that I really like to see used, less for setting up other abilities, but more for specifically using it for pick. Like, building lots of cast range and just hitting someone from as far away as possible is very satisfying.
It sure is.
The only downside, though, is when you got no backup or your team's just a little too busy putting their nose to the grindstone in terms of farming.
Right. Speaking of
There's
noses,
always... I guarantee, if anyone's here's played Bane, and you've had that one moment where you know what you're doing, you're ready to go get a pick on that big anti-mage who's been just absolutely wrecking your team, he's completely alone, no vision, and he's just middle of goddamn nowhere.
And then he counterspells for no reason and you Fiend's Grip yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
That's happened
We're
to
gonna
everyone at least once. Sometimes, like Puck, anti-mage players are really jumpy on
Barely
that
misses
counterspell.
there.
Yeah. Vex almost wants to give them what they want, but chooses to back out there. Notably,
But not quite enough.
speaking of money, speaking of Vex, Vex not doing so hot right now for money. He might. He's
okay,
the
fought 2 breakthroughs, so
CEO stand.
Wizards in trouble.
So actually, perhaps
Maybe
Slardar
not.
in more trouble here.
Wait, sleep.
Yeah, good sleep there.
Ooh,
Just lets him
monkey
get
king.
out. Fortunately, this is a sentry ward.
I think he's
They are
fine.
not letting him get away
Ooh.
with this. Because they're trying their best.
Did that Tumblr's toy... Was that a Tumblr's toy?
No, that was Pigpole.
Pull, yeah.
I keep forgetting the names of some of these new items.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we call the big pole.
Like, get this tower out of it at least.
Yeah, DK's gonna do a lot of work towards that combined with DP. In fact, if they've got enough duration on her ult left, I feel like they could honestly go for it. What is Slardar doing?
Yeah, Slardar just kind
keeper
of
it
ran
is.
in.
That's not worth it. DK still got his ult out.
Yeah, and he just, there's a bit of miscoms there as he just eats the Nightmare there for a second. But this is interesting. He's got London in a very compromising position. Goodbye,
Does that
London.
blink, he's dead.
And they've still
Unfortunately,
got
lost
Fiend's
Viper.
Grip ready.
They did lose Viper for that, which is unfortunate.
I've actually been meaning to ask. I haven't seen her in a lot of direct confrontation. Where has Drow been this whole time?
You're just farming,
Jungling.
right?
Oh man, she's getting really close to that. She's almost... She has her Yasha. She's
Yep.
gonna have Manta very shortly, although... I don't know if Manta's the appropriate item to go for at this point. I know it's a safe item for the self-purge, but against heroes like Bane that don't give you an option for that half the time, I feel like it might have been better just to go for raw damage.
Maybe.
I think you
Yeah,
do
because
because your illusions can proc, ult.
Especially
sure.
considering that Drow's gonna have to contend with Medusa eventually, and especially try to keep away from Slardar. I feel like it wouldn't be bad to get a butterfly.
in the capacity of the self purge, the only thing of real value that it self purges in this specific match is the Viper ult. Everything else,
Doesn't it?
either...
It still purges Slardar's ult, doesn't it?
It does, but he can reapply
Yeah,
that
it
in like
does.
1 second.
Yeah, that's true.
Trashpod at least stacking up this camp the right way. It's one thing with Trashpod, even on a hero like Viper, is that it's going to be very hard to keep Trashpod down.
Oh,
We
that
definitely
is
seen to that.
that is some good Sixth Sense right there. Whew.
Yeah. You know, everybody, the Viper there, he turns 360 degrees and he walks away.
Is he
Wait,
on
no,
board? I don't know if they can
but-
see him or not, because I feel like
I don't think they can see
Bandy
him.
would have gone for that if they had the chance.
No.
Just slightly out of ward range, actually.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting.
Yep. Hollywood's like,
Mirana
I come, I
might be in
go.
danger.
No, she had all the
came to
lives
Arrow
in.
London.
Uh-oh, Bane's about to eat it here. No,
Nope.
maybe not. I guess they got cold feet.
Yeah.
You're a little worried here.
Looking elsewhere.
Looking at
Viper makes a good
potentially-
call in backing up to... Oh, wow, it switches completely to top lane. Is he going to
Yep.
push that in?
More than likely. I mean, no shard here, so he's not going to be able to do that himself, but he's at least going to be able to beat up the tower.
Still faded,
Radiant's bottom
Yep, they're taking this tier 2. I don't think they've got anything to stop him.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's DP.
One of the major factors with DP in this game is that against a lineup that you know is going to want to go
Ooh, good
late.
stun.
Kills.
Mirana is in really deep here. Oh,
I don't think,
this all for Mirana? Was that worth it?
I don't think he even would have necessarily been in that deep if not for the vision that he would have given Seam.
Oh, DK
I
got
did see
ulted,
that.
but I think he's gonna live it.
Yep. Barely lived that
Man,
out.
that is a beefy man. Holy shit.
We still have yet to see a Fiend's Grip.
DK is definitely hitting the point where Viper needs to up his damage game if he wants to kill him with just his ult alone.
Yeah, he's definitely... I mean, the best thing to do about DK in the entire game, put him in the break juice and give him some of your shard, but Trash Boat a known shard denier, so you will probably not see that here. Instead, the not GGs will just casually, comfortably eat this tower and move on. It's one thing
Gotta
you
say,
get...
their pressure with tower destruction is definitely felt right now, but I feel like they might need to take some attention to that tier 1 top that's still left alone, because left as it is, it's gonna let them just hold them off if they need to make a top push at any point.
Right. You know, one thing you definitely get with a DP versus Medusa matchup is that you're really putting a lot of pressure on DP. Either DP needs to come out early and defend, or you really gotta just be willing to put some bodies on the grind just to make sure you have a game to go. You know, DP, very good early end hero.
Yeah, Death Prophet's one of those heroes that just sort of has a consistent early to late presence. Only real problem I find with the hero is that, if, typically speaking, if things like Pipe and, God forbid, Crimson Guard get purchased, you really fall off.
Right. Well, there is one unfortunate thing, actually. You ready to hear it?
Yeah, Pipe
That's
doesn't
good.
do anything to Exorcism because it's physical.
And-
Not to Exorcism, more to her Q, but yeah.
To her Q and her Drain. It does do that. Unfortunately, Ghosts don't interact with Crimson Guard.
Yeah,
Really?
true.
Thought they were physical, but I guess it doesn't
They
work.
are
okay.
physical, but there's like most skills. Most things.
I
that
guess
are,
it
like,
treats it
button
like
skills.
just an instance of physical and not an actual attack.
Most things that are like marked as from skills are hardwired to not work with
Oh,
Crimson.
what a stun by Vex!
Ooh.
Great stun.
He paid for it, but it's gonna...
DK!
It's worth it?
DK walked into the break gunk.
It's definitely worth it. DaBush
Wow,
is here.
it's
He's
scary.
killing everybody.
Rampage!
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a
That is for
yeah.
sure worth it.
there's a lesson to be learned in this. It goes a little something like this. Don't stand in the break juice. Don't stand in that break juice. Don't stand in that break
And the
juice.
double damage! And she's got 4,000 gold left over and can just straight purchase a Manta now.
Or Dragon Knight will melt.
They
Oh, they're
won't
looking at
rush,
Josh.
probably? Yeah.
I feel like it's not
No
even
argument.
BKB you want on DK at this point. I feel like he might honestly just straight need a, It's gonna sound weird, but Hurricane Pike, right?
Maybe.
It lets him reposition himself out of any of Viper's acid crap and gives him extra range during his ult.
Only one problem there. If Viper gets rid of Atos, you can no longer do that.
Atos is a little hard to justify on Viper these days, I think, because he's got all those teammates with extra slows and forcing people to stand still. He's got his...
It's true.
Yeah. Like, between Slardar, his own R skill, Bane especially, and Mirana stun. If I'm not mistaken, I think Medusa's ult slows you down even if you're running away from her?
A little bit, but it's not much. That's the
It
thing with
still
most of
matters.
the CC on this team. It's not much. I can tell you this much: if I'm Viper in this game, the one thing that's going to be on my mind from bell to bell definitely going to be getting that Gleipnir in. Because if you can get like a bunch of people in that Gleipnir stun,
Uh-oh.
is just going to die now. Vex is here to think about doing something, but
Sport gets picked. It happens.
if you get a Gleipnir off this game in front of Medusa, everybody in that Gleipnir dies, I think.
Yeah.
That is one thing this team does feel like it's really lacking, because we got a lot of slows, and we got some stuns, but, you know, outside of the Slardar stun, which is an inch around his body, and the Mirana stun, and Bane stuns, which are unreliable,
Things are really
and
split up on both sides right now.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of
Vex says they're
seeing...
playing here. They are indeed.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those
Or maybe that's the
matches
London
where
team they're playing here.
people are a little unsure what they need to do after winning or losing a fight. On both teams, honestly. Well, they're starting to converge down at bot over on, you know, the GGs.
Yeah.
Drow, by the way, how is she doing for farm? She's catching up to Medusa, but
Yep.
not
Well,
quite
she was
hitting.
ahead of Medusa until the Rampage.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
assume that'd be the case. If a Rampage didn't put you at the top of the net worth, I don't know what went wrong.
Well, there goes
Look at
Lizard's
how
Essence Ring.
do something.
IO Rampage.
You think we're gonna see a Ags or Shard on Drow this game?
Ags or Shard? I mean, we better see the Shard.
Yeah, Shard always, but I don't know about Ags necessarily.
The only problem with Drow is that she kind of needs about everyone on that team dead equally, and Ags helps with that, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game would be alright, though. Definitely, I think that would be a,
I
something
feel
to
like
pick up
right
later.
now, she just needs levels. She needs to have someone on her team dedicate to stacking a few camps, because remember how I mentioned earlier that this team comp is very, farm-hungry over on the GG side? They're
Well, you
kind of
mentioned
feeling
both.
right now. Yeah, but GG's has it bad, especially right now, because Drow really needs levels, but everyone is jungling, just about.
Yeah.
Or at least they were.
Everybody's
That's
jungling unless a
definitely
pick
not
is, in sight. Uh-oh. Well, the Slardar, swinging a miss there.
He's gonna get his bash off, I'm sure.
One more hit.
Okay, maybe he's not fast
Ooh,
enough.
cold feet. Doesn't want to deal with DK.
Yep. I would say more
It's more
likely...
than DK, it's,
Yeah, more
everybody.
likely it's Puck and Drought is probably the fear right now. DK looking at some support net worth right now, having to build the halberd up.
Illusion.
Shay, that is good. You definitely want the halberd to come out against any Medusa lineup where she's not building anything about it. It's a little harder to justify that if she has like a Lincoln's or something, but she doesn't really want to build that right now.
Heatwave out in his zone up here at this top tower. You think they're gonna find him?
Could.
Eventually. Jumping around.
Uh-oh.
He's tracking him. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
if,
really scared him there.
course.
if Miranda gets the arrow out, I think he's just dead. Ultimately, doesn't really get anything done here at top.
It doesn't help that Mirana is still very much in the bottom rung right now. She's got...
Ooh.
Oh, no. Viper
He's gonna
might
counter
die to
it.
this. He's gonna die to this. Oh, wait.
He's invis.
Oh!
Fiend's grip on Puck!
Grip! That's super big.
DP had to stand in the break juice and she died.
Medusa should just keep fighting this. She's got Aegis. She has no reason to be scared,
Oh,
even if her team
no.
dies.
Another triple kill for Dusa. This is out
Yeah.
of control.
This is getting really bad
gentlemen?
really fast.
I hate to say it, but this is looking real uphill for them on the GGs.
Yeah, Medusa was
What
the
happens
one.
when Dusa massacres early?
Yeah, this is
Question for the philosophers.
Medusa in another lifetime had a real struggle this game. With a lot of money going around and just they have so much pressure in that early game, but it felt like the GGs. Well, there goes that Aegis.
Yeah, well, they're all about to respawn, and honestly, if there were any time for a counteroffense, it would be right now. Unfortunately, Medusa is very much ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the issue with the GGs, well, there's two issues. Number one,
What a flame. For Vitruvius.
I don't blame Vitruvius. It's not Vitruvius. It's his hero. It's useless in this game. What could Dragon Knight do in even the perfect world in this game? Number two, I feel like the efforts ended up just getting split a little much between trying to push early, trying to go for the objective game, and trying to go for the kill game. And they did do a great job with that pushing for a while, but it felt like eventually they started to try and go more for like, oh, Viper's out, let's just get him. Like, maybe they just got a little bored with the push game or something. I don't know. But
And smoke.
started going to the push game, started getting
Definitively
worse.
looking for a car in offensive
Oh,
area. There we
no.
go. Trash boat.
Oh, he's got a BKB, though. He's able to put up a fight. He's hitting everyone with his poison. He's spreading it well, but he's getting
Put
beat down by
down
Monkey
your
King.
break stuff, my man! What was that?
He was a little too focused on spreading his right click poison everywhere. Medusa
Yeah.
comes in a little late, isn't able to stop any of it, and wastes her ult. They
Monkey
can't
King's
quite
asleep.
catch her, though. Oh, Drow's locked on target, and so is Monkey King. They're going for the kill, but Monkey King has to burn his stun early. Is it enough to kill Medusa?
Trying chases, trying so hard. She's TPing. Goodbye.
Oh, alrighty.
I found a cloak.
TP in your.
They
your
got a
face.
cloak as a consolation prize.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're sorry you didn't get to go home with Medusa today, but we will offer you one free copy of the Dota 2 board game.
That sucks.
There you
Drow
go.
even had the double damage too. That was so close.
Hours and
They're
hours
so
of
close
family
to
fun.
good,
This
and
is that
all they
awkward.
get.
This is that awkward thing I was talking about. Their whole team has really good silences and studs spread around, but not enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they have those really lengthy or just awkward duration on cooldown, where it's just a little too long to where they can't stop something like a TP consistently. If they had something like a Wraith King on their team, which they unfortunately banned if I remember right, that would have
did.
played a lot better to their strengths.
The
You need at least one low cooldown stun, and Monkey King and DK don't quite cut it.
yeah, the really notable thing there that they did at the very least, they did kill everybody, so they are showing a light on the problem that you do have sometimes as Medusa, which is sometimes Medusa's whole team just dies around her, and the best thing she could do in the scenario is just retreat. That's like it. In fairness, I do think one thing changes that battle pretty dramatically. Mr. Trashboat, where is your nether toxin?
Yeah. Definitely is. Oh, they're just straight smoking a Roche, aren't they? Or are they looking for
Maybe.
something?
Might be just looking for
Roche is
DK. He
not
is
a
under
void.
vision.
Yeah,
Slightly. Do you think they can see his magma through the fog of war?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's screwed.
Oh!
Oh!
Fast reaction.
Oh, run, man! Get under that tower. Your friends are gonna show up eventually, right?
Flash.
Right?
He's dead.
Right?
Vex stuns his grave as a final insult.
My
Yeah,
friends will
buries him
be.
a foot deeper.
My friends
What
will be
is
here.
Heatwave doing over here?
Yeah, he's just
Keeping
looking at
eyes on
Viper.
Trashboat.
Man, you had places to be, Monkey King.
I don't think he does much to solve that, but
You couldn't give him a little extra stun to throw in to run. You can pretty safely throw a stun from distance, from inside.
Yeah,
the tree, and they
there
can't really
was
stop you.
there was like a Monkey King stun up there, I think, because he only barely like he gets stunned like right here. You know, if you have the Monkey
It's
King stun,
a
to buy
little
it
longer
back-
than that. It's a little longer than that.
Yeah, if Monkey King drops the stun from like here on Slardar's head,
It's a little bigger than tower range, if I remember right.
Roach on here. They have a slower, no surprise.
yep, just doing Roche, just eating Roche. She was gonna be our Shard Roche.
London thinking about it, but ultimately says no.
No, thank you. I'm stuffed. Medusa picks up the Shard, is not deploying it to her inventory.
She really should, honestly.
I don't think,
Medusa
I don't think it's
Shard
good
is-
without eggs.
I think it's still worth it because, well, it's just sort of one of those why not moments. You're this, yep, there we go. It's just one of those you're already this far ahead kind of things, right?
Yeah, I guess. But needs
The what?
eggs to really be useful.
One downside to it is that right now, unless we got some funny items coming up, okay, could get the Hurricane Pike on
God, and
Drought.
she found a
Druid.
Mindbreaker too. Wow, that is not good for Dire.
The Drow Ranger Hurricane Pike procs it, the Puck E-Blade procs it, Solar Crest could proc it, Halberd could proc it, and Dragon Knight Stun could proc it. Not many things on that roster are probably going to be headed in Medusa's direction. It's pretty much probably going to be anti-Dragon Knight Stun. Still sometimes, okay, the E-Blade could change things. It could also be the anti-E-Blade as well. Okay, so that just went from like
Again, it's not
to-
it's not much of an anti-blade, like it just damages him a little bit. Doesn't really do anything without eggs.
Can assume, I think, that especially with a slot free for Aegis, Ags is probably coming soon to a Medusa near you.
Yeah, you would think.
And like I said at the beginning of the game, definitely something Medusa's interest is going to be your big weakness this game. You know, I mentioned in pick phase, they got stuns, sure, but all the stuns come with an asterisk. Slardar can only stun the guys around him, and these guys have been spreading out way too much. I mean, look at their comp; they're not going to be together. You know, Mirana can stun one guy if the arrow hits. Bane can stun two people, but the second stun ends if Bane gets hit. Basically at all. So to that end, you know, in the other reality, Medusa's going to have a very hard time keeping people around to fight her. The lucky thing for her is that the fight came to her. Everybody was more than willing to sit around the big scary snake and let her have her fun. So that problem wasn't that...
Monkey King is running for his life.
Yep.
Oh man, that is some of the scariest things you can ever witness, is a Slardar barreling towards you for like a millisecond as he fades into invis. Oh, no, man. Just imagine you're just crossing the street, right? You see like a big-ass, like, 2-trailer truck just coming right towards you, going like 80 miles an hour, and then it just blips out of existence. You don't sit there and stare at it, you keep moving. You don't even run the risk it's gonna pop back up.
Maybe I sit there and stare at it. I challenge the truck. I'd beat that truck's ass.
Issue a formal fucking challenge to the.
Speaking of issue a formal challenge, okay.
Oh! Monkey, you gotta run.
Alright, he got the reaction. He broke the tree!
Oh,
This is so
Monkey King, this
sad.
is not worth it for Monkey King, though. This isn't worth it for Monkey King. Drow's got a clear shot on... Drow, no, don't go for him. Go for... Oh, you fool.
Go for
Just
who?
keep fighting. Keep fighting Medusa. Keep fighting Medusa. Just hit her. Don't let her keep hitting you. Hit her.
He has ages, but I do agree with not hitting.
It
They need
does,
to kill
but it's
everyone
better... That's sort of true, but they can't let her just sit there and beat her team up. If Aegis goes down, you got all the time in the world to beat up her buddies.
True. Speaking of Operation Beat Up the Buddies, didn't work.
Okay, maybe not.
The
Okay.
Maelstrom proc.
Well,
What a comeback.
the good news is this lineup just got a godlike streak. They did not even really suffer any damage
Did
to
that
the
go to
tower.
Drow?
The bad news is that godlike streak just went to their pause 5.
Well, honestly, I feel like she's needed it because she only recently got that Shivas, and I'm gonna be honest, DP does need items.
Can I point out how goofy this DP hair looks?
Looks like she's either... How do I put it? She looks like she's a like a Twitch influencer, right?
Maybe she is.
You
They
can't
don't
say
trust people.
you can't say the word that you're thinking, but we all know what it is.
This looks like somebody, like, where you watch a video they post on a YouTube channel, and at the end they have, like, just a paragraph-long list of different sites you can subscribe to them on.
Right. Entrepreneurs, I believe, is what you're looking for. This is a family stream, you know.
Yeah,
We-
family-friendly, where we watch
yeah.
5 people versus 5 people murder each other brutally in a fantasy setting,
Yeah.
indeed.
It's a
True.
family-friendly stream. That's why I only
I mean,
let us
that's what
have.
says, holy shit.
That's why I only let us have one fuck per broadcast.
Little do you know, I've snuck 5 in.
What?
Get ready to get demonetized!
We're not monetized, so only being
that's true.
demonetized would too much.
Demonetized. We now have to pay to be on YouTube.
Unfortunate.
This is the part where Medusa needs to hit 25. You know what happens at 25, right?
Interesting timing on the
Yeah,
Moonlight
let's look
Shadow.
at it.
Are they going for a gank?
Could be.
They're just looking
It
to
looks like
run
they're
into the
just sort of
triangle.
blindly invading the triangle, yeah. Who are they looking for?
My guess is
They're
Drow.
gonna find London. London just
Yeah.
aggressively blinked out.
He's out of there, though. They're not going to catch him anytime soon.
Yeah.
They took a
They're
look.
all
at it.
gone
Big an
completely.
A-post from the Viper.
Wait, no, they caught Drow. No, Drow's safe. Drow's very safe. Ooh, missed the chance to just force step over the wall.
Interestingly, Medusa not actually going for eggs here. Maybe she's just gambling on next Roche having it. London cutting the waves of all the lanes in the background.
The Manoy-esque mid strategy.
Monkey King once again just up here top.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Might not last too long. Oh my god, Viper got the shard. Trash boat, the shard denier, finally got it. It's a Christmas miracle.
Dire's
Oh yeah,
bottom
that's specifically
tower is
for this
under attack.
siege.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Especially with a hero like Medusa, breaking the armor of these towers and being able to keep it broken like this. You can see how minimal the investment was to get that T3 compared to like every time they've gone for it so far.
Heatwave keeping a constant vision of their movements up.
I would imagine also looking to cut.
A prize.
They eventually back off.
Yep. Smoking out here. They're looking for a counteroffensive, but
Are scanning.
uh-oh. Not who you want to have.
Had vision on Medusa.
That stun might have been a bit, yeah, a bit too early.
I like the DP ult. It just turns to stone immediately.
Monkey King is refusing to give up on us, but he's
Yeah,
got
he's
so much to
so-
fight through to catch up.
They want to bush.
Oh, they're all standing in the
Oh,
DK Magma. Oh, the DK Magma's doing damage. It's doing damage. She's gonna die.
Yep, she just ate the entirety of that. Mirana almost just died of the E-blade
Ooh.
alone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
T2 mid
middle
going down
tower
through
has
backdoor
fallen.
protection. DaBush definitely should not have stuck around. I mean, I know it's pretty easy to say now. Definitely should not have stuck around for that. Without Viper there, that is a very dangerous affair. He's got one of your best escapes. I mean, he's pretty much the dissuading factor for some of these guys.
I don't think Viper
Tower is under attack.
skipping that fight to push into tier 2 is really worth it.
At the very least, he got it. Where is that?
Well, he might be getting it all right in a
Has
second.
fallen.
Monkey
Lamau.
King.
Yeah.
What
he's just
an
gonna
asshole.
he's just gonna troll him now.
Yeah, just be a mild annoyance.
If you're Viper in this situation, give you a hint. W the tree line.
This has similar energy to nice argument. Unfortunately, I'm living inside your walls.
Says similar energy to Death Prophet just bought the second E-blade on our team. Viper finishes bleeding
That's
after that push.
very scary for Medusa, actually. E-blade not only knocks out Medusa's one true damage factor, being her right click for a few seconds, makes her really vulnerable to magic, which, to say the least, is very, very relevant to this team.
A little bit of a go here.
Ooh,
Everybody dropping on
Wizard narrowly dodging an arrow.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Everybody
is under
dropping on London there. London almost force feeds an arrow to Wizard, but he sees it last second. Yeah, Gleep is out. That's very good.
Regeneration.
But to make this really good, really good, Medusa desperately needs to hit that 25 already.
You got the GGs over there just sort of swarming around Roche like a bunch of angry hornets.
16
they are.
seconds to the next Roche, so not a bad idea for him. Try doing all the jungle laning,
Telescope
looking at
over on
the,
that team. I feel like the telescope should be held onto by DP at this point. I feel like that
Bad
extra bit of range might honestly help all of them, really, because the further away that they can hit Bane, Mirana, even Viper and Medusa with any sort of CC, the better.
I mean,
Is that Timeless Relic seriously sitting out for... Really?
yes.
Really? On Puck? With Puck on the team? What does he have? Fairy... Ugh.
Shout out to
Forgot.
London.
Fun.
London, friend, you
Follow
really
the Roche bit.
need to trade in.
Yep.
Oh,
Look
this
at
is going
the
all sorts
Dragon
south.
Knight here.
DK
Dragon
is
Knight is
screwed.
just dying out.
Oh, wait! Oh!
Completely
Ooh, Drow's
eliminated.
doing a shitload of damage.
DP
Drow,
is
please,
dead.
focus on Medusa. Drow, please focus on Medusa. Drow, please.
Ends up getting the
Bruce is
Viper.
Dino.
No,
Oh! Twice he gets away with that.
Under attack.
just barely whiffed the Monkey King stun there. We just had a load of buybacks. Look at the fight recap. We can see 3 buybacks Radiant, 2 buybacks Dire. Slardar, Mirana, and Bane Radiant, DP, and Dragon Knight Dire.
Roshan has fallen.
Roche does go down. Free Ags on the floor here. And
I
Chief.
believe that should go to Puck. Yep. Going to Puck.
So now he has the funny recon waning rift. Drow has finished Eye of Scotty. Monkey King has finished Gleipnir. Medusa has finally hit 25.
Penta Edge on DK. They need to.
You can't
Honestly.
not. You absolutely can't not. Okay.
Okay,
yes.
I wish I could go back and. Oh well, I was gonna say Puck actually took something over the fairy trinket. It was the flicker, which might actually be very good. It might actually get them out of a bad situation.
Right. Yeah.
But I still think that the relic would be a better idea because that is extra duration on that nasty stun and silence combo you have.
Yep. Also,
I think it
means that
affects
you-
E-Blade too.
also means that you have to stay in the dream coil longer before you're allowed to move if you
Yeah.
don't want to tank the stun and damage.
It's just a net gain on Puck, and it even ups his spell amp, which is just sort of a no-brainer to me. I can see why he'd want Flicker. Flicker's got a debuff removal, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's a
does.
self purge.
Yeah, so it's a lot better than it used to be, so that's definitely a good reason to hold on to it.
Okay, they're
We
moving
got
up.
Oh no,
Okay.
oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
They're in. They go for.
Oh no,
don't think
DK's,
they
he's
saw
already
her.
dead. He's already dead.
Yep, just dies instantly. They didn't see Drow, but they saw her then.
They see her
That,
now.
that was not.
Spider legs on Slaughter is terrifying.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
no.
know.
The ult on Bane is hitting the. Oh, Drow's dead!
Yep, she does have
Aegis
Aegis.
pops. But look at this. DP can't even stay in the fight. And Slaughter is not giving her an inch to work with. Oh, but she does not care.
Ouch.
She couldn't care less.
Here
Oh,
comes
now she does.
so much damage.
Oh no.
Trash
Too
boat
many
trying
Scotties.
so hard.
That,
Dire's bottom barracks are under
Death for over 100 seconds for every respective member.
oh, London. He
London
blink
is
dodged. He
running.
blink dodged the last auto attack. Wow.
By the
London
way,
escapes by the skin of their teeth.
while that was happening, I had Catapult shaved off half the bottom rack's health.
Hey,
That's
you
not
wonder
good.
where Monkey King was for that whole exchange? Look no further than the
Really?
top tier 3.
He is gonna get racks for this at the very least.
Trying to get a Rax. But unfortunately, his base is being sieged with an already exposed Rax. With the whole enemy team.
What is that, you know? Might as well trade Rex for Rex, I guess.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
Yeah, I gotta say, Monkey King being present for that last fight probably would have been. You kidding me? Dude, if I was on Radiant, I'd be so mad right now.
Wait near Monkey King. I like that.
tower has
User
fallen.
doesn't care.
Yep.
I wouldn't either.
Middle
3 dead.
barracks are under attack.
Trash boat, please queue the building at least once. Thank you.
Dire's middle barracks has
Get the goddamn rack, says Trash Boat. No, let's get London instead. I bet we'll get him this time. Quick,
Dang.
nobody look at that big TP indicator bot. That is visible on the creep wave.
In the mood for a chase.
I am not in the mood for a chase.
Why do the melee Rex have 8,000 gold? Sentry wards also have 8,000 gold. Okay.
They are, they're balling. Solo kill. Okay.
Wasn't that a filler? I guess it was,
I think
yeah.
that was a misspell, yeah.
They're trying so hard to play this funny creep equilibrium game on the GGs.
It's not gonna help them against Medusa, honestly. Like,
Yeah. This is one of those
oh
games.
no, that is Shard Viper with a leveler. This
see
game,
if he takes
I
it.
think, is over.
He doesn't want
Are
it.
they just gonna... Really?
Someone else probably.
Medusa wants it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'd honestly give that to... Personally, I would have given that to Viper, because his Q can ramp up a ton of damage really quickly.
Penta Edge
And
sword
then
for
she
Slardar.
found Pentedge. Yeah, that's... Is that worth taking over the cap for Slaughter, though?
Not
Is
in
it
this
worth
game. Not in
Did they
this
get over the
game.
cap?
I think it would probably be better if they put it on Mirana, honestly, for the attack speed. Even if she doesn't get the full melee benefit, the attack speed would definitely help more.
Five-man
Five-man
smoke
smoke.
right down mid.
Okay. They're a little split here. This could work out.
Yeah, this is looking right at Medusa.
Ooh, good stun, and she's pushed backwards and then pushed forward again. Oh boy.
Oh my god, Vex.
She's feared. She's running out of MP, but it's not enough. DK's already dead. Oh my god.
Goodbye, DK.
Drow's BKB's expired. She can't keep the damage out long enough. Medusa is getting it all back.
Monkey King comes in trying really hard to get something done there. Just gets Fiend's Grip.
Oh, man.
And after so long chasing him, London finally goes down. Solo kill. I don't know what Hollywood is talking about. Monkey King is back. If my pattern recognition abilities tell me anything, there's a decent chance that he's just going to go try and push out a wave right now. I certainly don't know what he thinks he's going to do.
Got a scan on the pit, and he just W'd right into acid.
Well, I tell you what he is going to do. He is going to die instantly.
We call that feeding.
Ouch.
That
Bro.
barracks has been around for so long, it's already half regenerated.
Bro, poor Tennyson.
Dire's middle tower is
Oh, this is it. Yeah, Drow can't do anything here.
Lennon calls the name of not his team.
Lots of damage going out, though.
Still Marin wants one last ride.
Marin disagrees with the GG. Oh, yeah,
Actually, doesn't even die, and actually put Medusa for run for money, knocked all of her MP out.
That's true, but
Not enough to
Medusa,
fucking-
was about 1 second from knocking all of Drow's HP out.
Yeah, not enough to fully kill her, unfortunately. So
DaBush did 9/11, and DaBush stands victorious. Well, I think the GGs had a good strategy here. I think they had a good idea of what to do with this comp, even if it wasn't too great. Like, as an overall comp, they were trying to make, they were trying to pull, like, the Roche Rider strategy from Season 12. They're trying to squeeze Lemonade out of the lemon. That kind of was their lineup. And they were playing it very well very early on, but I think the blood, I think the scent and taste of blood blinded them just a little too much in this game. It just felt like they ended up just trying to go more for funny kills on Slardar and Viper, and hey, you got him. But what does it mean to kill Viper at like 30 minutes anyway, right? If they had stuck to it more and they just kept the pressure going, I don't know what Medusa does. I think she just has more of those fights like she had early on where everybody just kind of dies around her and then she herself just either has to slither away or die herself, you know?
yeah, and Medusa really didn't fear death this game. 2 deaths. That's it.
Yep.
2. And I'm gonna be really, really blunt about this, and I mean this in a constructive way. I gotta be honest, a lot of people in the GGs were just straight feeding after a certain point. That last death from Monkey King was not exemplary of a wise decision, let's just say, and DK got counterpicked, honestly. For that I can't blame him, but there was a very, very alarmingly high frequency of just walking around in places he shouldn't have been.
Right, yeah, the Monkey King pick for Tennyson here, it didn't work. I think, the era... This is not my recording software. I think the high era of, like, poor Monkey King is kind of gone.
You know, this is going to sound really unusual, but if you're looking for a hero that's sort of like not a soft counter, but definitely a good pick option, in my opinion, against Medusa in place of Monkey King, that's got good scouting, provides a lot of extra damage indirectly to his team, and has a strong stun, Beastmaster. The bird is good for scouting, even though that it and the boar get shot dead by Drow and by Medusa in like a second flat, but he has one of the nastiest, longest duration and long hit range stuns in the game, and his attack speed buff is significant.
Yeah, definitely would have been very nice alongside the Drow. I don't know, I feel like I'm on team hashtag anybody but Dragon Knight in this game, to be frank with you. Like, I think that was really the biggest thing. Like,
I feel like even with having the DK as a hard, counterpicked, like, just brick of lead on their team, I feel like DK, and at the very minimum, if he had a little extra support, like, from effects, passives, or abilities, he probably could have done better.
Yeah, I just feel like in the world where we get not DK, this match probably goes quite a bit better. And speaking of matches, and hopefully going quite a bit better, we'll see you next match.